Okay, so I think that light. Yeah. Okay, so we have made some notes yesterday. Now what we'll do is we will go ahead one by one with okay. So assume like multiple technology we have in the list, and you are going to use all multiple technology. So while combining many technology together, how HTML communicate with other language, how CSS communicate with the Bootstrap, what is the internal structure of your technology, how you are going to make a web application, right? What is the flow inside? So that we will clear, and then after that we'll go step by step next. Okay, so you can write somewhere in your notes like data flow, or maybe flow of data, flow of data in web application, flow of data in web application. Okay, these all are the before your topics, whichever the syllabus we have. Before that we are trying to make some foundation. We are going to understand, yes, before writing the code, what are the basic understanding is required. Flow of data in web application. When we are going to develop a web application, how the data flow happen inside. Okay, right? So now I will come to the, in our day-to-day life, when you open any kind of website, maybe you open the Flipkart, open the LinkedIn, open the you can say Twitter, open the Facebook, right? Whichever the web application you have used till date, how interaction happen. When you open a website, either use the mobile phone or use the laptop or desktop, right? When you go to the mobile, in mobile also you open the browser, and in browser type the URL. If internet is available, it will open directly. And if you are using the laptop, you will open the laptop, you will open the browser, and then you will type the URL. And after that, or maybe you will type the maybe website name, service name, website will appear in Google search. You will click on that, web page will get open. Okay. The same thing I'm trying to explain you, like how we interact with the web application in day-to-day life. Once we understand, okay, how we interact, then we'll come to know the flow of the data. Okay. So first you see properly, understand properly, and in the last you can take the photo, or maybe you can make a note. Okay. Now suppose when a user is going to open a web application, when a user is going to handle a web application, how it will be, like maybe it may be me, you, anyone as a user. Text is visible. Increase little. A user, right? A user will open the browser. A user will open the browser, and after opening the browser, what this user will do? This user will open the laptop, and inside the laptop, directly he will go to the any of the browser. So user interaction happen to the browser, maybe through the mobile phone or maybe through the laptop. Device can be anything. Okay. So just I made a simple, it represent whenever a user want to open a web application, user interaction happen to the browser, and then after that this browser is going to help you out to open a website. Now when this browser is going to help you to open a website, what is the structure of the website, how that look like. So in current market, we have two type of work that you are going to perform in the market. One will be called a front-end development work and another will be as a back-end development work. So what I will do is I will make a two type of application where I'll say this is become as a front-end technology. Front-end technologies. Okay. And this you consider as a back-end technology. Technologies. Back-end technology. Using front-end technology, assume you created a website. Assume call any website name you can give. I'll write here call uimaster.in is one website. And this is the backend that is being handled by another application that you can say is a global.lets.in. This is our website. I have given the name, for example. Now, as a front-end developer, when you are going to work in the market, you will have some certain technology. A person is going to work as a back-end developer, he will have some certain technology. There may be a scenario in such a way where long back 2 years, 3 years before, a back-end developer has written the API, and now the company want to develop the application. They will hire the front-end developer and they'll give the list of the API and they'll say, these all are the API and this is my requirement. Now develop the application. Okay. Or maybe there will be a condition. If you are a full stack developer, company will give you direct requirement saying like, this is my requirement. Now you develop an application that will be based on front end and back end. It should fulfill my requirement. Okay. So what I have made it, I have made two sections. One where a front end developer is going to work in the front end technology, and another a back end developer is going to work as a on back end technology. So for back end technology, I made a different website, assume like a different website, and for front end, assume you are making a different website. Okay. You may have heard in the market AWS, correct? What is that? Cloud, where we store the data. Like suppose I have a website, but I don't have much storage. I have bulk data, correct? Where I will store? If I store in my server, I have to apply the security. I have to keep taking the backup. I have to do a lot of things, correct? So instead of that, website will be in our server only, but data will be in somewhere else. Right? So what I did it, I made a separate server where we are going to store the data. That will be handled by backend developers. And I made a separate application that is being handled by front-end developer. Okay. So in this section, you are going to understand the role and responsibility of front-end developer as well as the flow of technology, how one technology deal with other. And in the backend, you will understand like how the data will store and how the front-end technology will communicate with the backend. Okay. What is the meaning of API? Right? So assume like this is the two platform where one place the front-end technology is execute, other place is going to execute the back-end technology. As a developer, now when you are going to develop the application, multiple technology you have. So now we are as a beginner. So as a beginner, how we can understand what is the first priority of which technology we need to start learning from. Okay. So look at here. In front-end technology, you have a language that is called HTML that you can keep in the first point. Whenever you open the browser and inside the browser, when you type a URL, whichever the website appear, whichever the content display in your browser, all the content input and output happen through this technology. That is called HTML. Whether your application is developed in Java, no matter. Your application developed in Python, AWS, whatever the technology you have in the market, no matter. But when the matter will come to display the output to user and collect the input from user, one technology will come at front, that is called HTML. Okay. Now, look at here. Your browser is going to deal with the HTML. For what purpose? To give the input. And again, your browser is going to deal with the HTML only. For what purpose? To display the output. Browser becomes a platform where HTML is going to execute. But input will happen through the HTML, output will happen through the HTML. Now come next, how the HTML is going to work. Okay, how the HTML is going to work. HTML says like, yes, I have the feature, I can deal with the browser, I can collect the input. Let me write here, call as a input. This becomes a input and this becomes a output. Input stream and output stream. Using now that is being done by whom? HTML. HTML is responsible to collect the input from user, and HTML is only responsible to display the output to user. Maybe your platform is a browser or anything, but indirectly you can say browser is designed in such a way it will deal with only one language, that is called HTML. Now HTML has everything. HTML is saying, yes, I can deal with the browser, I can take the input, I can display the output. There is a problem. What is the problem? Design point of view. Okay. If you take your example yourself, if you are sitting in front of the laptop, you will open the Flipkart in the laptop. But if your laptop is set down, your mobile is in hand, you will open the Flipkart in mobile itself. Now it is the responsibility of the Flipkart. If the device is laptop, it should behave like a laptop. If it is a device is mobile phone, it should behave like a okay. If the Flipkart website is not behaving according to the device, user will be confused. User will not be able to handle the page properly. User will click somewhere else, click will happen somewhere else. They'll try twice, thrice, after they'll say leave here, close it. Correct? So what happened? User experience become bad. So in this case, HTML is poor. HTML says like, I don't have any such feature. According to device, I cannot change my design. Okay, I don't have such feature where I can display your content in very good look and feel. I don't have much color combination. Who says? HTML. But HTML says, yes, I have the feature, I can deal with the browser and I can display your output and I can collect the input from user via browser. Okay. 8 minutes, someone is calling. Hello. Yes. No, sir. Okay, now let's go ahead. HTML have the feature to communicate with the browser, to take the input and display the output. Now, other technology just behind that, saying like HTML, you don't worry, you deal with the browser to take the input and display the output. I will help you out for the look and feel. And that is called this one. Call it a CSS. CSS especially for that purpose only. Using CSS, you cannot process the data. Using CSS, you cannot process the data. If suppose someone will give 5 and 5, you cannot display the 25. If suppose someone will give 10 plus 10, you cannot display the 20 with the help of CSS. CSS says yes, if user will give 10 and 10, I can display the 10 and 10 in the red color. I can display the 10 and 10 in the big font size. That I can do, but I cannot do the calculation part, right? Now what will happen? CSS will come and combine with HTML. CSS will have look and feel and HTML will have input output. So input output will happen through the HTML and look and feel will happen through the CSS. Now your page will become responsive. CSS will identify the device. CSS has the feature, using that we can identify the device. As soon as a user will open your website, CSS will come to know what is the window size, what is the screen size of the device. Who will come to know? CSS. And CSS will inform to the HTML, saying like this device is mobile phone. The width is 500 pixel. Now HTML will get a range according to instruction given by CSS. User will feel comfortable. Again, same user will open at the same time, same page in the laptop. CSS will be there behind. CSS will come to know a screen width is 1500 pixel. Now what will happen? HTML will get instruction from the CSS saying like screen size is 1500 pixel. You get rearranged according to screen. Now HTML will get rearranged. User will feel comfortable. That is called what? Responsive design. Okay. So HTML and CSS is going to help you to design the pages. What type of page? Responsive page. Okay. And using HTML and CSS, you cannot design the dynamic page. Your page will be a static page. Whichever the content will display for you, same content will display for me. Okay. For every user will have the same content. Same content because it's a static language. What input you will give once, it will display the same thing always. Okay. So using that, you are going to design your page as responsive. Now let's come next. We have one library that has come from the CSS. That library name is called this one. Called Bootstrap. Okay. Bootstrap. It is given by Twitter in 2011. That time, like developers was struggling for the responsive design. Bootstrap has given a very good algorithm. That algorithm name is called grid system. Many companies will not use the Bootstrap, but they will use their formula. Call it a grid system. Okay. So Bootstrap is a part of CSS. To learn Bootstrap, we need to have a knowledge of CSS. Now to learn the CSS, you need to have a knowledge of HTML. Without HTML, CSS cannot do anything. Nothing, 0%. Nothing can be done using the CSS. And without CSS, your HTML will look valueless. Okay. So once you apply the CSS, your HTML will look well designed, better look and feel. Right? If you remove CSS, HTML will say I'm helpless. Look and feel is not there. Okay. So our first step will be, first we will be spending time on HTML. Second, we will spend the time on CSS. After that, we'll spend the time on Bootstrap. Okay. After finishing these 3 points, while finishing these 3 points, almost 1 month it will take. Okay. And then in 1 month, you will be working on nearly close to 150 pages as assignment. And after that, like daily classes will happen. Also, it will be example only, topic example. And you will be able to design the responsive page. If suppose someone will give a layout saying like this is a screenshot of a website, design a page like this, 80-90% you can do. Okay, 5-10%, 15%, 20% come from experience. That you cannot do as a fresher directly, but 80%, 90%, 70% you can do it. Okay. Okay. Now let's come to the next point. Next point, what we have made the static pages. Now this static page has to convert into dynamic. Your static page should take the input, do the process, and give the output. Okay. So for that, even we have written yesterday. Call this one JavaScript. JavaScript, what is going to do? It is called a client-side processing language. You can also call it a scripting language. Okay. Or you can also call it a processing language. All 3 words are valid for this. Now, how it is going to happen? You can see user has given the input to the browser. Via browser, input has gone till where? HTML. Now HTML has taken the input, but HTML will say, sorry, I cannot process your data because I don't have such feature. Behind that, JavaScript will be sitting. JavaScript will say, you don't worry, you give me. Which one? Input. JavaScript will take the input, do the process, and after that, JavaScript will return the output. To whom? HTML. Via HTML, it will go to the browser and user will be waiting in front of the browser. Correct? So now your page will become dynamic. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap has helped you to design the responsive page that will work in laptop, desktop, tab, all the size of the device. And now behind JavaScript will come. JavaScript will say HTML, you interact with the user, collect the input. And if you need look and feel, take the help from where? CSS. And after taking the input, you hand over to me. right? I will process the data and immediately I'll give you, and same time you give to the user, right? So now input output will happen. After this, so JavaScript will be the fourth step. It will not be the third step, it will be the fourth step. HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, and then we'll come to the JavaScript. Next, after this, after JavaScript, you can move in the multi-direction. Your React is a part of the JavaScript. Angular is a part of the JavaScript. Node.js is a part of the JavaScript. Your Vue.js is a part of JavaScript. jQuery is a part of JavaScript. All has come from where? JavaScript. Right? So let me write here few names. After that, I'll make a proper line. Suppose if I write here a library jQuery, okay, is a part of library of JavaScript. Another one you can say call it a React, is also part of your JavaScript. Next, I'll write here only Redux plus Redux. It is also part of JavaScript. Next, you have here call, let me write here call Angular. It is also part of JavaScript. I'll keep this all in the circle. This becomes jQuery. This becomes a one set. Come little down, and this becomes a another set. Okay. Next, after that, I'll make another different color of line. Like suppose blue color. Blue color line will represent the parent and child connection. Here in between, you have to write called TS. That represents a TypeScript. So Angular is not directly part of JavaScript. It is the part of TypeScript. And TypeScript has come from where? JavaScript. Okay, so before learning the Angular, not Angular JS, Angular 2+. Okay, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 11 till 14. These all are using the TypeScript. So we have to learn the TypeScript, then we have to use it. Okay. Next, after this, like when you are creating an application, in this combination, you can use any combination. Some project will be based on React combination. Some project will be based on Angular combination. Some project will be based on, you can say, jQuery combination, right? So as a front-end developer, we should have idea on overall. Okay. But in this, then you will ask initially, when I'm trying to enter somewhere, will I get idea of everything all together? Then I'll say, no, definitely. How can you get idea of both together? It will be difficult for anyone. Okay. Anyone you have to take either Angular or React, be specialized in that, get very good knowledge, and then click in the market. Okay. Front-end developer, a front-end developer who is going to work in the market, they should have good knowledge in this as of now in current market, according to current market. What else is required? I will write next. Okay. Next, after that, using this all technology, your applications are ready. It's working fine. But today the user will register and tomorrow he will come back and he will try to log in and your application will, sorry, your account is not available. Okay. Why? Because when the user has registered, you have not stored the data in the backend. As soon as you will close the browser, you will lose the data. Till the browser is open, you can maintain it. Or even after closing of the browser also, we can maintain some data up to 10 MB. Okay. But again, you will ask like, today we have a store and after 6 months, once we come back and then give me my data where it is, then your browser will say, sorry. In between one day, you have cleared your history. I lost your data. Correct? So in that way, that is not permanent storage. That has become a temporary storage. That cookies. In browser, we have a cookie. Cookie can store up to 10 MB of data. Every browser have a limitation and it is between 2 MB to 10 MB. That is also called a local storage, session storage. Okay, it's a part of HTML5. We will be learning. Now let's go ahead next. Next, what we have? Next, we need to understand, since using this technology, we are able to maintain the data, we are able to process the data, we are able to make applications super fast, it's to fulfill everything of the user. but it is unable to store for the future purpose. Then in that case, how the front-end technology will deal with the back-end technology? Then for that, we required a storage somewhere. Then we required a processing language. After that, we required a communicator. Via that, we can send the data. So let's see that how that is going to work. Now come back. When you look into the backend, database is required. Database is required. Many databases are there in the market. It can be anyone, no problem, all are suitable. Next, after that, this database says like, I will store your data. I will store your data for the future purpose. Whenever you will come back, I will give you data. But question is, it is able to store, but how the data will come inside? How the data will come inside the database? Angular has no any feature to communicate with the database. React Redux has no feature to communicate with the database. jQuery cannot communicate with the database. JavaScript, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap has no any such feature to communicate with the database. Right? So for that, there is a separate language in the market. That is called a server-side processing language. JavaScript we have written, it is called client-side processing language. Now the server-side processing language have a feature to communicate with the database, to give the data and to retrieve the data. Okay, so let me write here. That is called server-side processing language. Server-side processing language. Server-side processing language. Okay. What it can be, let me write here. You can use a Java as a backend server-side processing language. You can use Python as a server-side processing language. You can use a Node.js as a backend. You can use a PHP as a backend. You can use a .NET as a backend. Right? These all are languages are called a server-side processing language. We have some more Ruby Rail and many more are there in the market. Okay. So these languages are responsible to deal with the which language? Database. Okay. Database cannot communicate with any of the client-side processing languages. Database only and only can communicate with the server-side processing. Now see, in server-side processing language, what people write and how it communicate with the front end, let me write here. People write call this one, call it a web service. People write call it a web service. It should be in different color. Okay, I kept in different color. Web service. Okay, under the web service, again based on the database, we have to write SQL also and we have to write NoSQL also. Both options are there. Now this web service will be responsible to send the data to database, as well as this web service will be responsible to give the data to retrieve and send, input and output. Then question is, where the web service will get the data? User is here. User has given the input to whom? Browser. Browser has given to whom? JavaScript. At the place of JavaScript, we can use Angular, React, anything, no problem. Now the data is here and data has to go to where? Database. And database cannot deal with this technology. Database will deal with the backend language, server-side processing language. Then it is the responsibility of the JavaScript to communicate with the whom? Backend language. So it will not communicate directly. Okay, assume like one village is this side, another village is that side, and in between there is very good river. Data has to go from one village to other village. So what we require? Bridge is required, and that bridge is called as a API. That bridge is called as a API. Okay, data is available in the front end, one technology. Data has to go to other technology, but in between there is a gap. Server-side language is sitting in the Chennai, and the client-side language is sitting in the Bangalore. Suppose InfoCampus website is hosted in the server. That server is in the Chennai. If a user will open the website in Bangalore and he will enter his name, mobile, email ID, everything, and he will click on login button or register button, what should happen? From a user computer, where it is in Bangalore, from Bangalore, the data has to go to where? server, Chennai, right? How it will go? Through internet, right? It will go through internet. And on internet, you are not the only one. Lot of users are sending the data, receiving the data. Which data has to go where, right? Let's come to the point. Okay, so we understood, yes, one side we have the backend language, another side we have the front-end language. One language is responsible to process the data and store somewhere, give to someone to store. Another language is there to collect from the user, right? Now in between we have to make a proper bridge. Through that bridge, data is smoothly in secure manner should go to the backend, and from backend a smoothly in secure manner should come to the front end. Okay, so let me go here, and at this place I'm making a bridge. Okay, I'm making a small bridge. This bridge is directly responsible to deal with the front end and back end. Where is the eraser? Is here. Can see. Once you become full stack developer, you can design better image than this. Paint will not support better, but somehow I tried. Something happened and something happened. So what we made a communicator. That communicator is going to help us to send the data. Okay. Now this API what you have made 5 years before, 6 years before. Okay. When this so many complicated technology was very less in the use in the market, what people was using. Yes. Okay, so when this technology, like you can say React and this so many client side and front end and back end concept was less in the market, then how the people were using? People were using the XML. But now we have a concept of something else. Let me write here. What is that? It's like this. You can write this one as a API, and in this API, your data has to go in the form of this. This is called as a JSON. This is called as a JSON. Okay, JSON. So assume like you got a link. Through the link, you can send the data, but your data will be in the form of what? JSON. You cannot send your data directly. Like suppose you fill a form, name, email, mobile, city, pin code, you filled, click on submit button. After clicking on submit button, JavaScript will collect your details. After collecting the details, JavaScript will convert this all the data in the form of JSON. And after converting to JSON, it will send to a backend, right? When you send any kind of courier from one place to other place, how you send? You send your letter directly or you put inside envelope? You put inside envelope, no? When the Flipkart will send the product to your house, how they send? They send inside the envelope, they send inside the bag, right? If they will not send inside the bag, the courier boy, they will understand what is this, right? They can see whoever will carry your product, everyone will come to know what is this, correct? There will be the distortion also. Maybe someone can change something. There may be someone data may damage also, right? So here in the technology, what happened when you are sending the data from one location to other location, right? Your data will go through internet. So question is, when you are sending the data from one place to other place through internet, your data is secure or not? JSON take the action. JSON say like, you keep me your data. I have multiple way to encrypt your data. Okay, you have taken from user. Now you give me. I will encrypt your data. And after that, it will create a data packet, and that data packet will go to the server. Once the data packet will reach to the server, server will look who sent, server will come to know sender is this. Who is the receiver? Myself is the receiver. Now the server will have a key. With the help of key, the server will decrypt the data. After decrypting the data, server will come to know, oh, this is the name, this is the email, this is the mobile, and this is the. But in case if someone else will hack your data on the way, data is in the form of JSON, right? Data is in the form of JSON, encrypted data, right? What you can say now, with the help of this JSON, you are going to pack your data, you are going to secure data while sending as well as while receiving. So arrow mark I have made, one arrow mark represent yes, it's sending, another arrow mark it says it's receiving. Now look at here. If you have developed your application using the assume Angular, Angular has a feature called HTTP client. Angular has a feature called HTTP client. Using the HTTP client, Angular can send the data to whom? API. React has the feature called API, that is called fetch method. It's called the Axios. It has the get post, right? Using that, again, it will communicate to whom? API. jQuery has a feature called jQuery Ajax. With the help of it, will communicate to whom? API. JavaScript has a feature called Ajax. Using that, also it will communicate to where? API, right? Names are different. In JavaScript, it's called as Ajax. It's called as a fetch method, API method. In the jQuery, it's called as jQuery Ajax. In the React, it's called as API. And in the Angular, it's called as HTTP client. But everyone purpose is same. What is that? Send the data to backend and receive the data from the backend. Now, this photo what I have designed, this is the work of full stack developers, complete end to end. Okay. But in market, when hiring will happen, company will think like, we are not able to find a complete full stack developer. Then they will hire the people part by part. Okay. You are the front end developer, you also come. You are the back end developer, you also come. Now you both sit together and understand the problem. You do the half coding and he will do the half coding. Back-end developer will do the back-end coding and front-end developer will do the front-end coding. And after that, both party understand what you are sending and what you are receiving. What you are you are replying, right? Front-end developer will send something, back-end developer also have to return something. Correct? That communication happen between both the party, and that is called a meeting. That is called a sprint planning meeting. Okay, what we are going to discuss, what I am going to send, what will receive. Correct? It is not like simply, okay, you throw me one mango, I will capture either through left hand or right hand. It's not like that. Okay, you are sending something from the front end to back end. If one character will be upper or one character will be lower, it will say mismatch. It should match exactly. What you are sending, the backend developer have to capture the same thing. Backend developer will return something, you have to capture the same thing, right? And that's called a meeting, the discussion between front end and back end. Okay. Now come next point. What we have? The next point we have to understand if front end developer where is going to work. what you are going to learn from me in this entire design. If you are going to learn as a front-end development, I will be teaching you this box, the first box. If you are going to learn the full stack development, I will be teaching you the both box. Then you will say, as a front-end developer, how I understand the API, how I will write it. I have alternate solution for you that I have told you yesterday already. In case if you are going to learn only back front-end, then for API purpose, definitely will not learn the backend and you will not learn the database, but alternate solution is here. That solution we have written in syllabus, that is called this one, your JSON server. JSON hyphen server. This JSON server will work like the API. It will work like the backend. It will store your data in file system. Okay. And here from the front end, whichever the data will come, it will go to the JSON server, and from JSON server, whichever the data will come, it will go to the front end. It will work like the API only, but people call it a mock. Okay, in this you will not have any kind of authentication, but it will work like the API. It is also the API, but it's called a mock API. Since you are using only one technology, and here your data will be stored in the file system, like how you store the data in Excel, 100 user you put inside the Excel. Similar way, this will also store the data in JSON format. Okay? So using JSON format, we can create application end to end, A to Z, everything it will work, right? So this is the total overall our syllabus what we are going to study. Okay, right in that part by part, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap first month, JavaScript is the second month, and the third month either Angular or React. Okay, in between, what else will come? I should write somewhere. Else will come college a JSON parsing. You will learn very good. Okay, you will learn very good college a something college a API creation through the JSON server. API creation you will learn very good. Okay, you will learn very good college. Ajax part will come inside. Ajax part will come. We have written in syllabus already. You will be learning call. You can say JSON parsing means it will cover many things. Apart from that, what will come? You will be getting idea on XML. How XML is different than the JSON, right? What else we'll learn inside JSON server? I have written already here. Okay, let me write here also. JSON hyphen server will be the part of syllabus again, right? Okay, so this all will be extra what we will be spending the time. Let's see here. Now you can take the one photo if you want, or if you want to take, you can, if you want to write, you can write also, right? What I teach here, I teach the people the same thing. Based on this, people are getting chance in the market. Okay, for full stack developer will be the both, and for the front end developer will be the first section, including this part. Okay, time to time we will have some extra class. jQuery will be on weekend. I will be teaching with jQuery on weekend, Saturday, Sunday after JavaScript. Okay, take the photo and then further we can. Okay, right. Next, after that, after that, if anyone have anything, they can ask me. I'll guide you. Any question you have, or you want to add something? Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Tell me, sir.
This is my first class.
For other people also is a second class. Yesterday we have written the syllabus, and today we have written this is the first PFD.
Yesterday in the evening only I have registered into your website.
Yesterday we have written the syllabus, like what are the technology we are going to learn. We have made a note yesterday as a syllabus. Okay, and today you can consider today as a first class only. It is not second class even. Yesterday was the discussion on syllabus, what we are going to learn, how long it. File I have, I will show you. You can take the photo.
Okay, sir. Sir, how you gonna adjust me with the ongoing batch?
How?
how I'm going to be adjusted with the ongoing batch? Means,
This is the first class, then how you are, what you are adjusting now?
I don't know, sir. Actually, I'm from some other background, civil, so
See, many
all
people are like you only.
okay, okay. I got your point.
50% people are civil mechanical, become triple E. Okay,
Okay.
now everyone have a plan to keep a big drive and jump inside the bank of the.
Sir, is there any class tomorrow?
Okay, IT industry, in IT there is a lot of work. Okay, it's not like only development work, but developer have the work. That work is very good, valuable work. You should not feel like I'm promoting my business. Okay, you have already done the research in the market. During lockdown, you have seen the condition. Okay, right?
Yeah.
It has very good value. Plus, you can say company will give the actual cost of your knowledge. Okay, day before yesterday, I met with one person. He was saying like, I am getting 9,000 rupees and I work 14 hours. Where in the sari shop, he worked 14 hours. Last 3 months, the shop has not given the salary. Okay, and the shop told like you will get the salary in the 31st December. Okay, now how many months? See, the graduation, some graduation he was from, right? So you can say overall it's very good productive field. India has very good achievement in the IT industry all over world, everywhere. If you go anywhere, Indian people you will find lot of project we have. Okay, cost wise, developer cost if you last after lockdown, developer cost is very good, is increased. Okay, companies are ready to pay the money if you have the skill. But again, matter is of interest and what is the plan, how you have uh, plan to shape your career. Everything is matter. Little trouble happen usually initially for everyone, whoever want to go to the any domain if you enter job point of view, trouble will happen for some time, 1 year, 6 months, 8 months. After that, people become competent. Okay, photo you have taken or you are writing? Okay, write it quickly. Next class, system will be required. Laptop. So everyone have system. Okay, if you are coming here, if you are not having the system, no problem. You can use our laptop. We have some system. But if you have your own, you carry it. Okay. And we have to make some notes, right, regarding HTML. And after that, we can process next. Okay.
Sir, tomorrow class.
No, sir. Next class will be on Monday. Sunday, why to trouble here? This many years gap happened. Let's put some more gap. Okay. Sunday you will not have class. Sunday class will be there in the third month. Sunday we have classes in the third month. Okay. Once your project will start, then the class will be on Saturday, Sunday also. Okay. So written. Let's go next. So other people, hope you have taken the photo, a screenshot in mobile or laptop, whichever you are using. I will save this file. Further, whenever we required, we can open the file and we can discuss on the same. DFD. Door is locked because no one will be there, no? DFD.
For the backend technologies, we have to learn about the web service, database, and the other languages.
No, anyone is fine. Anyone. Here I have written many, no? Java, Python, Node, PHP, .NET, I have written, right? Anyone is enough. A person who work on Python entire life, he will spend in Python only. A person who work on PHP, he will be working many years on the PHP platform. Okay. .NET people, anyone. Okay, so Node.js is usually good combination. Okay, independent for modern stack developer, Node is good. Node is a part of that, right? Else again, once you become 4 years, 5 years experience, so automatically you don't have to think what I should learn. Okay, project requirement will come. Existing project, backend is in the .NET, and the front end in the maybe Angular. You are a React developer, correct? Now company will say we are going to work on the new project. These all are the technology. So they will not say get the training, they'll say brush up your knowledge. Okay. Now once you look into the code, you will find like the .NET unknown, everything. Angular, everything unknown. Then again we have to start learning, correct? That is a part of development. Okay. Learning and working. For any developer or tester, learning and working both you have to continue till you want to be in the market. Okay, 15-year experience people, 18-year experience people, I have weekend classes, those people attend the classes. Okay, huge experience, they are manager, deal with some people will be, they'll say I don't want to write the code, you write, I will see the code. Reason is what? When I deal with a customer for the project cost estimation, project is going on. Okay, now suddenly customer who is the project owner, they will ask, okay, this is happening till here, we have discussed, now I want to add one more functionality. You tell me how long it will take and what will be the cost. If delivery manager is unknown of the technology, if delivery manager is unknown of the technology, he don't know the time estimation and he don't know the actual how long it will take, he will get fail at that point or not. Tomorrow customer mindset will get changed. Today customer is saying, okay, I want to add this functionality. If the delivery manager or the person who is dealing with that, if he know, okay, this will take 30 hours and my developers are, one developer is of 1,000, so 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 1 lakh will add and will deliver it. Immediately settlement happen, discussion happen, right? Requirement will be tomorrow developer will start working, right? So those kind of people, right, who have huge experience, their eyes will not work proper. They will say, you write the code and I will see that. Okay, I will understand the complexity level, right? So that's what learning and working. It is a part of developer for till life you will be in the market. Always you have to work. Okay, and once your experience increase, right? You will not be thinking what technology I should learn. Automatically, a project requirement will guide you. Okay, you are on this, you nothing to worry. You just go ahead and learn. We will give you sufficient time. Okay, two options will come: either leave the job or learn the technology. Okay, so at that point, people will not choose the leave the job. People choose, okay, I will learn the technology. Automatically, you will say, yes, I am into this also. Okay, okay. So come next. So these things we will install, and we have to get it ready, download and install following things in your system, whichever the laptop, desktop you are using. Okay, you will be using from tomorrow onwards. Okay, one editor we are going to use first month, and second editor we'll use from the second month onwards. We have one called Notepad++. This one, okay, very good tool for the learner. You can check with anyone. This very good tool for the learner. This is for how long? For the first month. For the first month. First month we are going to use this one. Okay. Now, in case if you are using the Mac computer, if you are using some other OS where Notepad++ is not supported, you can download this one or download this one. Call it a Sublime. Sublime editor. Sublime editor. Okay. Right. This is the alternate option. In case if you are using the Mac computer, then for Mac computer, you can check some other editor will be there. Next editor you download and install, that is called VS Code. VS Code editor. VS Code editor. This is from when? From second month onwards. As soon as we'll enter under the second month, we will start using this VS Code editor. Okay. So just either the Notepad++ or Sublime editor, you download and install in your system. Definitely browser will be everywhere. In all the PC, there will be browser, right? So browser and one editor is sufficient to learn till Bootstrap. Okay, browser and one editor, either Notepad++ or Sublime, is sufficient to learn till Bootstrap. Once we enter under the JavaScript, then we'll use this one called VS Code editor. Okay, and from JavaScript onwards, we require some more thing that will install at the time of class only. No need to install it. Okay, so install these two things, and then after that, next class, we will be writing few things. Theory about the HTML. Before writing the HTML, some certain rule regulation we have to understand when we are going to write the code. When we start writing the code, lot of question will come in mind. Why I am writing like this? What is this? Correct. So before that question will come, we will have a solution in our mind. So once we start writing the code, question will come, but automatically answer will be ready. Okay. So that way I teach. So Monday, once we start the class, we have 6 rules. Okay. In entire HTML, whether HTML4 or HTML5 or XHTML or DHTML, okay, for this all 3-4 type of HTML, I have made total 6 rules. Using that, quickly you will understand entire rule regulation of HTML. 6 rules will write and will compare from internet also. See, this website is working like this. This belongs to this rule. This website, this page is working like this. This belongs to this rule. And after writing the 6 rules, we will start creating the examples. Okay. So that we will do from the Monday onwards. Today, only 1 hour I called you just to bring you on the track. Okay. Which track? This track. Okay. In your mind, this network should move now. Okay. You will not believe one person is coming now. His name is called Abhishek. Okay. Abhishek. He has got job nearly 2 years before. 2 years before. Okay. During lockdown only. Online, offline, he was attending here there. He got job. Okay. He went for an interview, first interview. He's from CMR IT college and he has some backlog. And then during backlog only he studied and then he went for an interview. A React developer. The company has taken the multiple round and at last they ask the manager round. Okay, you design the structure of the React. Okay, design the structure of React. What is the folder structure of React? Inside the React project, how the folder is organized. Okay, one day before, when I start the JavaScript, I'll design an image like this. When I start the Angular, I'll design the photo. Different photo will be there. When we start, maybe you can say backend, then I design different photo. One day before, I have designed a very good photo. For which purpose? For the React batch. Okay. And the photo I have updated in my status. Where in the WhatsApp. Okay. He waited for interview. Manager asked, okay, tell me what is the design of, what is the folder structure of React? Even he has gone through the same thing, he remember, correct? At 2:30, nearly 3 o'clock, he came and he was saying like, your WhatsApp status has helped me today. I asked him how. He said like, final round was, manager asked, design the folder structure of React. Night I saw your WhatsApp status. I remember, just within 2 minutes I designed and then finally I came with all the letters. Okay. Knowledge is never useless, keep in mind, okay? Knowledge is never useless. Not today, tomorrow, not tomorrow, day after. Any moment of the life, you will feel like, oh, I have kept this skill in my mind. Today it is helpful, right? Okay. So you keep this photo in your photo. It will be helpful for you. Okay. Okay. So see you tomorrow. Not tomorrow. Monday directly. Monday we'll have a class of. I'm thinking to give 5 o'clock, 5 to 6:30. Okay, so Monday will join at 5 o'clock. 5 to 6:30 will continue. 1.5 hours will be sufficient for now. And again, after 10-15 days, we can increase for 15 minutes. Again, once you come in JavaScript, then it will go till 5 to 7. That will be enough. Okay. Okay. So see you Monday directly. Zoom link remains same. You are not going to wait for any other Zoom link.